Today we have a new person. This is Austin and Connor. These are my crazy kids. We are going to make some op art spears. Do you guys know what op art is?
No.
Okay, no clue.
No.
If you were to guess, what would you say?
Op art? Overpowered.
What? No.
Like,
No clue.
op art, so like maybe you draw something and then you make more shapes that like overlap it. And
Not necessarily. So op art comes from optical
illusion.
So we're gonna make some optical illusions. So that's what we're gonna do. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing that we are going to do is we need a piece of paper. It doesn't really matter what size. And then since we are going to the edges, I have a piece of paper underneath just to protect the table. So the first thing we will use is a pencil. So all you need is a pencil. We are going to start by making a circle, and like we did with the color wheel eyes, we used a cup to make a perfect circle. So you can make it anywhere on the page. I'm just gonna do it in the center, and you're just gonna trace the cup. Or if you have a compass, obviously use that instead. Make a beautiful circle. You might not want to make it off the page for this one because it will be a little bit harder for your first time.
Oh,
So I would probably make either another one or do it on the back.
Okay.
Once you do it one time, I'm sure the second time you could do it off the page, which usually is the best route to go. Normally looks cooler. Okay, so we don't need the cup anymore. We are done with the cup. We are going to now find the center of our circle. So we're just gonna kind of make a guess. So I like to make a little mark in the top and bottom, in the middle, and then side to side. So we are gonna be making a cross or a T. So you're gonna go straight down and straight across. So divide it up into 4 spaces. Doesn't have to be super perfect. If you wanna use a ruler, go ahead, but.
And then you put it in the middle.
Okay, so now we have a cross, we have it divided. We are going to be using those marks to do the next step. So this one gets a little complicated. You wanna make sure that you start in the top at this point every time. So you're gonna do kind of like a little curve from the top to the bottom, making sure you connect to those points. So every time it has to go to those points. Okay, so then you're gonna do another one. So from that point again, just out a little bit further, going down to this point. And then you keep going. So you keep going until you fill up that circle. If you do it closer together, you're gonna have a little bit more work to do for the next part, but it is up to you. Okay, and then you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So from this point to this point, just curving the other way. So the only thing you don't wanna do is overlap your lines. So just make sure there's space in between. Okay, then you're gonna turn it the other way, and what do you think you're gonna do?
Do like this.
Do the same thing, just going this way. So start from the top, curve down to the bottom, and do the same thing.
It looks like a sphere. Oh, it looks like it. Oh, that makes it so
Should start to look a little bit more 3D.
Yeah.
So you're gonna do it on both sides.
Looks like it's popping out.
Let's start with optical. What is optical?
I don't know. Like 3D kind of. It looks like it's popping out.
What do you see with?
Your eyes.
Eyes. So it has to do with your eyes. So it's the illusion of the eye. So the illusion is seeing something that might not actually be happening. So there's a really cool artist. I like Bridget Riley. She is an awesome artist who started a lot of these op arts. Go check out her work. Okay, does it look cool yet?
Yeah.
Looks pretty awesome. So that is an optical sphere, or an optical illusion sphere. We are going to add a background. Normally I would use a ruler, but we're just gonna make straight lines. So we're gonna make kind of like a checkerboard in the background. So that way we have a really cool background. I would not make the lines really close together. I would kind of make them a little further apart. All right, and what do you think you're gonna do the other way?
Same thing.
Same thing, so you're gonna cross to make kind of like a checkerboard. Every time you get to the sphere, you're gonna hop over, so you don't wanna go through it, you wanna just do the background.
Now it's like it's a soccer ball going into a soccer net.
Yeah, at this point, I guess you could do several different things. We are going to go ahead and add some color. So we are just gonna use a Sharpie or a black marker to color it in. So we are not gonna be shading for this one. We're gonna pick just a solid color. So it could be black, it could be a different color. But in order to do this part, we're gonna do it kind of like a checkerboard. So how do you color a checkerboard?
Like,
what does it look like?
Have black here, 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 like that.
Yes.
And then you keep doing it like that, so the black are never right next to each other.
You might want to just go ahead and mark which ones are going to be black and which ones are going to stay white. Okay, so we're gonna do the same exact thing for the sphere. I know the spaces are a little bit different, but you're gonna still do the alternating colors. You could do a color for the inside. Instead of black, you could have the background black and white, and then the sphere like red and white. But we're just going to stick with black and white. So, just like the background, doesn't matter where you start, you just gotta make sure you go back and forth. Why are you dotting everything in?
Almost everything.
Oh, that's not the point. Okay, let's go ahead and start filling it in.
I'm not ready.
Go ahead. So then I like to outline first.
That's
Outline the shape and then fill in the center. Connor, what are you doing? You have destroyed your optical illusion. That is what not to do. What are you doing?
Fixing it.
Is this one too confusing for you?
Kind of.
Okay, maybe not third grade status, maybe middle school.
Me, I'm middle school.
Once you start filling it in, it's a little bit easier to see which ones you need to.
Definitely not. Maybe not for Connor.
Connor, I'm not so sure about.
It's definitely.
Yeah, the edges, it gets really confusing.
It's questionable.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. Hopefully the background turns out a little bit better.
Yeah, he's like, colors the whole thing black. That works, right?
So in the background, you're gonna do every other one. So why don't you go ahead and start filling in the background? Do this one the right way.
I will. Does it wrong.
Typical Connor.
He's unique. That's how you put it. Very unique in this case.
There are some easier types of op art, so maybe we'll do that next time.
Something that we can actually do easier. That I can do.
I think you can do it, you're just trying to go too fast.
Probably. An optical illusion is to break your eyes and your brain.
I don't think that's the goal here.
I did.
That might break your eyes, but...
Ooh, you just insulted him. Get roasted, Connor. Oh, and guys, please like and subscribe at Miss Broussard. Oh, and hit the bell icon to get notifications every time we upload. And then this is confusing my brain too.
Maybe just outline it.
It's supposed to. Yeah, maybe I just color in all of this here.
It gets a little confusing around the edges, so just go with it.
I'm cheating.
And then you can go ahead and do the background like he's doing. Make a checkerboard.
Checkers. Checkmate. There's a lot of stuff we're gonna have to cut out too.
Yeah, maybe that.
Oh, another insult, my mom.
I'm just kidding. It's about the process. It's about learning. Learn the first time. Just looks like you gave up a little bit. What happened?
You told him to go on the
I know you can color. You want to take your time. So this project is not about doing it quickly. Normally the lines in app art are very precise. They're very perfect. Definitely use a ruler. If you look at some famous artworks.
Mom, look at this. I was wearing like this and my glasses literally just slid right off my face.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how hard do you think this is?
Well, it's break the scale. It's okay. It's 100%. It's not hard. It's just time consuming. What's next?
So next we're gonna add a little bit of shading to really make the sphere pop.
What do you mean shading? How do you shade with the Sharpie?
So now we're gonna grab a pencil, and for the last step, we wanna make this really pop out. We're gonna add some shading around the sphere, around the circle. So you obviously don't need to worry about where the black spaces are. We're gonna add a little bit of shading. So press lightly, hold towards the back of your pencil.
All around this?
All around it.
So it looks like it's falling on it.
Great, and there is our op art spheres. Really cool. They actually turned out a lot better than what they seem like up close. Once you take a step back, they really start to pop out. So
I failed art class.
So maybe this is for kind of middle school age, high school. It might be a little bit harder for a younger guy, but still good attempt. I think it came out well.
It's very nice. It's very, it's like complicated, but it's easy at the same time.
Yeah.
So more break the scale hard. Yeah. It's time consuming.
It's just time consuming, so it's just kind of tedious. So just take some time, but it's not really that hard. It just takes time.
It's hard. If you have ADHD, this is probably good.
Yeah,
practice.
Keep you busy.
Yeah, for practice.
Yeah. So let's think about op art. So what does op art mean?
Optical illusion art. Yeah, it means optical illusions.
Yeah. So it's basically a type of art. It was a whole kind of movement where they did these sorts of designs. So it's optical illusions. That's what they base it off of. I don't know if we really have any questions for you guys. Do you guys have questions?
No. Maybe next time we should do definitely not third grade. A fold-up cube, right?
Yeah.
We do a fold-up cube like this.
So is this the only way to do an optical illusion?
No. No.
So this is not. No, you don't fold your paper.
Like
so there's different ways that you can do op art. There's lots of different designs. This is just one of them. He's folding his paper. I don't know why.
I'm trying to make a cube.
Maybe it would look cool for origami paper too.
Yeah.
This one looks kind of cool. All right, so that's it. You guys like it?
Yeah.
Turned out good. I'm impressed. So, what do you have to say?
Remember, like and subscribe to the video and hit the bell icon to get notifications every time we upload a video.
All right. Is that it?
Yeah.
What else are we gonna say?
Adios!